Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your past, present, future reading. We're going to start with a rune to get us going, and we'll read the meaning of it. Spirit, what do we have for Sagittarius? Okay, what do we have here? And we get this one. Let's see, it doesn't matter if it's. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see what the book says about this one. Okay, this is called Gibo, gift. It means gift, generosity, balance, reciprocity. So this is temperance. Interesting. Temperance is you, Sagittarius. Gibo is the rune of balance and fairness, of giving and receiving in equal measure. It can predict a gift coming to you or showing you being generous to others. This may be the giving of time, giving love to a partner or children, or dedicating oneself to a cause. Gibo also asks you to consider the value of balance and equality, and to be able not only to give but to receive gifts with grace, no matter how small. Receiving requires an attitude of surrender, to be comfortable being a passive recipient rather than the active giver. There is also an aspect of justice in Gibo, in that it speaks of honoring obligations and agreements and committing to what you can reasonably deliver. In this way, the rune supports your need to manage your time, energy, and finances, keeping life in balance. Spiritually, Gibo suggests sacred contracts and karma. Okay. All right, and we'll just look at that one more time. And I'll just keep that there. Spirit, what was the past energy for Sagittarius? What's the past energy for Sagittarius? Okay, and we get the Page of Swords. What is the current energy for Sagittarius? We have the Six of Cups. And the future for Sagittarius. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, nothing too major going on here. So the Page of Swords is known for kind of being that watchful eye. Like it could be that you were watching somebody on the internet. There's these little birds here, so there is this communication. But I feel like it's not really being delivered yet. It's more about coming up with the communication, or it could be, realizing a truth, but there's not necessarily action here, right? And then the current energy is the Six of Cups. And Six of Cups can speak about children. It can talk about memories of love, like a relationship from the past. This can talk about soulmates. It can talk about, like kind of how your emotional body, in a sense, has transformed. We see the butterflies here. It's very much about like the wonder of love, the beauty of love. But we're going to get clarification on all of this. So in the future, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is somebody that is very focused and like methodical. They have a plan. It's about manifestation, taking those steps, no matter how small, toward their goal. This, is a slow moving, but the reward is high. This is also really about, remaining grounded. Yeah. So why is the Page of Swords here for Sagittarius? And we have the King of Cups. Okay, so this is about love. I feel like this is about somebody either considering taking a love action. It could be, a change in a relationship, a big change in a relationship, because the king of the king of cups is very emotionally balanced. He is a leader, so to have him clarify the page of swords, I feel like there's a truth or a communication that's going to, or that did, because this is in your past, greatly affect a relationship. So then why is the Six of Cups here for Sagittarius? Okay, and we get the Five of Wands. And this is really talking about, kind of the struggles that a relationship goes through, not major, because I do feel like this is a, soulmate energy here. If it isn't, this could be talking about, kind of that parent. This could be talking about a struggle. If you're a parent or struggling with your parents, there could definitely be something about, something where there's been some type of change or struggle in a relationship with a parent and their children. But I really get that this is about, excuse me, about a relationship that, was going strong, and something about communication or some type of thoughts really affected the relationship, and it's caused the struggle. A struggle between two people, struggle within you, or struggle within that other person. It could have been, just kind of an internal battle. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? And we have the Star. And this is faith. Okay, this is about faith and hope and getting back to your path, your original path. So I feel like, whatever happened here, it's about going back to the beginning and looking at, why was I even with this person, in a sense, or what was that spark? What did we have back then? And then, I feel like the same message is coming through for a lot of signs here, where it's like, get back to balancing and back to that newness that you feel here. And that's what's going to bring about healing and hope in this relationship. And, it's not that relationships should be boring, but, you know, there's there's a value in things leveling out a little bit here, because this could be talking about a lot of passion, but it gets old, it's tiring. You can be going through where there's a lot of battle, or kind of a battle of the egos, and then it's like, oh well, now we're making up, and that's the good part. But you can only do that for so long. That cannot be maintained. That's not going to give you that stable, even relationship that is, that is going to bring you fulfillment, that's taking steps towards fulfillment. At some time, the bottom falls out of that when you're, in this constant, really high ups and downs, those extremes. So I feel like this is about seeing it from a higher perspective and looking at the long term here. Like, what is going to bring you fulfillment in the long term? And I feel like Spirit is saying, go back to what brought the spark in the beginning of the relationship, and then start to bring that into the current relationship or the current state that it's in now. Okay, so let's get a spirit message to close this out. Spirit, what's the guidance for Sagittarius? Too many. Okay, and we get find your center. Your outside world is a reflection and manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? So I feel like this can be applied to you, find your center, but also about finding the center of this relationship. When was the last time you checked in with each other? You know, when you weren't arguing, when you weren't trying to figure out, you know, which bill had to be paid now and which could be put off later. Like, when were you just able to check in with that person, with your partner? And those of you that are single, I really feel like all of this can be applied definitely to that, you know, that relationship you have with yourself. But let's get one more card. Okay. And we get self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that details those carefully woven plans. So yeah, if this is talking about, you know, a relationship within yourself, this is about, you know, looking back at your childhood and seeing where did I start this belief? Where did this belief come from that is not serving me anymore? And get back onto that path that you know is that you were sure about back here, you know, and don't get in your own way. Don't struggle within yourself. Find your center and move forward. All right, that's the message that came through for Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And remember that the universe has your back, and so do I.